I'm going to be interviewing more candidates this week. We respected the Fed's quiet period, and we didn't interview any sitting Federal Reserve board members or presidents. So there's going to be a lot of interviews next week. I think the first round will be done for first week of October. Then we'll start another round, and I look forward to being able to discuss it with President Trump, present him with 3 or 4 very strong candidates.
A new boss at the Fed, and more importantly, a upside potential when it comes to the cryptocurrency market. What are we talking about? Well, Bitcoin's had a nice little run over the course of the last 24 hours. Scott Bessent is interviewing the new Federal Reserve Chair, and we now know that it isn't going to be Jerome Powell. And more importantly, we are seeing treasuries, institutions, and the government even go even more pro-crypto than we've seen before. We're going to be breaking down some very key things for you in this video. And watch it right to the end where we have a very important announcement you simply cannot afford to miss. Go ahead, smash up that like button to a brand new all-time high. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. So as we exit September, everything seems to be going in the right direction. Yes, I know. We saw a massive liquidation event, $1.6 billion wiped off the face of the earth and into the pockets of exchanges. But are we about to now hit a new move? Could this be the final parabolic stage for the Bitcoin market? The reality is, are we in belief? The Wall Street cheat sheet is certainly saying otherwise. Belief, time to get fully invested, is heading up to us. Optimism, though, is October, and hope. Is this where we are right now? Let me know in the comments where you think. But the reality is that this could play out perfectly towards the back end of 2025, maybe even into 2026. Why is this different? Well, the reality is that if you look at Michael Saylor's forecast, he's predicting significant moves over the course of the next few years. This means the bears and the bulls are going to be certainly finding it out. But a bear case of $3 million, well, we've got to start somewhere. So the question has to be, how and when are we going to start to see this move? And could 2025 still play out to be one of the best years in the crypto market yet? Well, lots of things are happening, including the latest roundtable event that's going to be held with high stakes to push and align regulators, ultimately spotlighting digital assets and the rise of the core force in the US markets. Now, we know that Donald Trump, as well as his administration, are pretty bullish on cryptocurrency. In fact, we now know that not only are they that bullish, that Donald Trump's net worth is bigger in cryptocurrency than it is in real estate. It's a pretty big number, but the Oversight Committee for Financial Markets are meeting yet again, and they're going to be talking about a few things which are going to be important for the markets. They're going to be scrutinizing digital asset taxation. Now, we know this has been discussed. If you're a US-based crypto company, could you be given 0% tax benefits? Well, that's possible. The reality is September 24th, it was announced that on October the 1st, this meeting was going to come together to talk under the title of Examining the Taxation of Digital Assets. This could be rocket fuel to the markets. Imagine they come out and say, if you're a US-based company or citizen, you would get 0% on your tax. That would be pretty crazy for crypto assets. The committee previously did seek public input on how existing tax laws applied to cryptocurrencies and whether new legislation is needed. Now, we already know that Paul Atkins at the SEC is definitely more pro-cryptocurrency. We know that the whole ambition of Project Crypto is to bring innovation and adoption to this market under the umbrella of innovation as well. And the reality is, well, the wider legislative push for lawmakers to establish comprehensive regulatory framework for stablecoins and the wider crypto industry is well underway, all under the Donald Trump demand. And I think this is going to be very, very key. And what we get at this meeting could absolutely shape the rest of this year. Any slight hint that a benefit to taxes for anyone holding cryptocurrency will see retail flock to this market with capital like you've never seen before. And I think this is why it's going to be very, very bullish over the course of the next week. Now, something else that I think is going on, and in my opinion, pivots towards the fact that we're going to see a bigger move in cryptocurrency, is something I've been talking about on the channel for a while. The US Treasury and the fact that they are trying to, well, basically buy back loads of debt, loads of bonds and loads of yields to, well, stop paying out. And let alone today, 750 million heading back as they, in my view, continue to get to that 2020 high where we saw Bitcoin then absolutely skyrocket through 2021. This means that all this money will eventually start flowing into more US-based treasuries and bonds. This could be a big deal. By the way, they bought 4 issues from an eligible 29. That means there is more to go. And I think this could all very much play out. This, like I said, under the announcement on that CFTC roundtable as well, which I think is all going to be pretty interesting. interesting. Now, we've also seen further build-outs from institutions. Dan Moorhead, who is ultimately a big player at Pantera Capital, he's the founder and managing partner over there, basically talking about what could be coming next. And everyone is discussing Bitcoin, and we know that there's lots of ETFs and corporations coming in. The reality is, though, that we are seeing full-time developers build on Solana, and this could be very interesting for the market. People still ask me, 2-Bit, when's the altcoin season? Why are we not seeing Solana go crazy? What's happening with Ethereum? The reality is, quietly under the scenes, we're seeing builders go over there. This could be very important as the chain builds out, as retail comes in, and more companies, treasuries, and traditional finance comes into the market. They're going to look for a home. Ethereum is the natural competitor. Solana definitely feels like it is, with over the last 2 years, 62% increase in full-time developers building out the traditional finance meets decentralized finance. And that's on the back, obviously, of treasury companies who continue to buy crypto like crazy people. $105 billion now sitting under those treasury companies and digital assets. And we know that the Ethereum treasury companies own nearly 3% of the entire supply and are continuing to build. And this is important. They're absolutely stacking their bags because they know what's coming. And that is a move in the market like we've never seen before. And I think it's going to come sooner rather than later. We already know that Donald Trump is pro cryptocurrency. And like we've said in this video, there is a demand to get digital assets at the forefront of what's going on in the US market. So 1st of October, watch out. That CFTC roundtable, as well as watch out for institutional buying like we've never seen before, could be coming in the next 7 days. So let me know what you think of all of that in the comments down below. How bullish are you on this market, or are you in the camp that we've already missed it? Let me know as always. And don't forget, if you want to become a channel member or want to trade all your favorite cryptocurrencies, check out the links in the description. BitUnix is down there, and our channel membership where you get full access to our Discord, all our trade alerts, ultimately our coin calls and everything else. It's about $8 a month. It's totally worth it. Right. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.